Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, we're going to be trying to do one of the fights for the Continental Challenge, right? So we have the Imperial Shadow recast going on, and we know we have the Shadow Dungeon, the Summon to get Shadow Amethyst, and then we have the Continental Challenges. Well, these ones actually have 6 bosses that you can go and challenge and, you know, try your best to do the highest damage possible. And depending on the damage that you do, you're gonna get between 1 and 5 Shadow Amethysts. So I guess the way that I started this fight, I was thinking like, you know what, let me look at what's my best heroes that I've built that do single target damage, because this is something that you need to keep in mind, people. So for these chief challenges, you're gonna be fighting against a single target, okay? So your priority should be top single target damage dealers, okay? So if you have people like, I don't know, the Tunnel Nuns, people like Shelters, like any people that can do some good single target damage, which, you know what, in general would be somebody like same team as you would have maybe for the Temporal Vortex. However, the difference between this one, the Temporal Vortex, and this one is the fact that we have several teams that we have to build. So, you know, for Vortex, you might just have the best of the best in the team, and then, you know, you're doing whatever damage you can. And then when you come over here, you need a ton more teams. So in my case, what I'm going to be fighting today is going to be Chief Challenge Errich, okay? So most of us should know what Errich does, because you know what, he's the free legendary that we get just by playing the game and finishing the story. And he's not to be trifled with. He can hit pretty hard. But the thing is, against him, he will take extra damage from lightning, okay? So increases the lightning damage taken by enemies, which is going to be himself, by 100%, okay? Each hero can be deployed, this is really important, only once, and each boss can be challenged only once each round per the event. Players can challenge the boss 3 times in the current round of the event. So basically what's gonna happen is this time around we're gonna be able to fight 3 bosses, and I'm starting with Errich. But next time we might be fighting like 4 bosses, okay? And then 5 and 6. I think it goes up by 1 a week. But at the same time, what you need to keep in mind is this one over here. You can only deploy them once. So for example, if I go over here into the fight, and you're gonna see my team that I'm using. I'm gonna be using Shelter. Let me move myself here. So I'm gonna be using Shelter over here, which is this one. Then I'm gonna be using Nimbus, then Evelio. So these are like my core Dauntless people. And then alongside with them, I will be using Frurbath for the extra healings and the decreased attack, and then I will be using Quarian for my heal, okay? I can use somebody else, I can try and bring in Mithrasia, but I kind of want to save my Mithrasia for other teams, as right now, 4 of the 5 are my best built heroes, okay? So the whole idea is we have to keep in mind, what does he actually do? This is really important when setting up your fight. So first thing, obviously, the battle skill, he's going to target the one that's straight up in front with him, and if you want to know exactly who's going to be the one that he targets with, sorry, not the battle skill, but the basic attack, just place your hero on the map, and if you see that there's a purple line, that's the person that Errich will be attacking, okay? That's the person that the boss will be attacking, which in my case was Frurbath, because they're like straight facing each other. But then on the battle skill, he does, you know, summons pillar under the enemies. You have to keep in mind, it doesn't show here. I think it does show, you know what, let's just, actually I'm gonna go afterwards because it seems like I have a good start. But what this one does, it has like a 3x3 square area of effect. So you want to try and place your people so that there's not, you know, you don't have 3 people in the same spot, especially your squishy ones, to be attacked. Which means that this way, he's gonna attack with that battle skill, which he does it twice, the people that are in front, which is gonna be my tank in Frurbath and then my Shelter. If you're gonna use something different for this fight, like maybe you're gonna use 2 tanks, that might not be a bad idea, okay? As long as you have 3 good DPSs, that might be good. But you have to keep in mind, you're gonna need some healing, you're gonna need to land some decreased attack, because he hits pretty hard, as you can see. Like if he's gonna do the battle skill here, I might almost die. Does some crazy damage, and then, you know, just, I guess honestly the best trick for this one might just have to be just pump out as much damage as fast as you can, because he just ramps up with this a ton. Like the damage increase that he gets is crazy. So my goal for this week is to hopefully get to 11 million damage. If I can get 11 million damage, which I was pretty close to do, I'm gonna be happy. I don't think I'm gonna get to 22 million anytime soon, but at the end of the day, think about it like this. If you get to 22 million from the beginning, what's the point? You know, what's the point of still playing? There's nothing else to improve in there. So if you hit the maximum one, then it's like, yeah, okay, you're bored, what else? You're not going to improve if you beat it day one. At least that's how I see it. Obviously, you're going to see Krakens that are going to do some crazy damage. I know, I think it was on the Jathalea one, whichever's the fire one. I know my clan leader, Arsalan, did like 150 million. But for me, for week one, if I look at this, I'm pretty happy. 11 million, it's a good start. You know, I can look at the damage that I did, you know, some decent damage spread across the people. 2 supports that are not the perfect full association, you know. I could look for next week, maybe if I have a lightning or radiant hero that brings me some healing and decrease attack, because that's what I need. I need some extra healing if I can and decrease attack so that the boss will not hit me as hard. But let me just save this one because I'm definitely keeping it. Let me just show you. Oh yeah, I straight up get the rewards. I forgot. But yeah, these are the rewards. Okay, some good stuff. I'm not gonna complain. But now let me show you exactly the, you know, the boss's kit. Let's see. Does it show if you go over here, the area? Okay, see? Okay, it does. So see, this is the one that I was talking on the battle skill. He does it on this square. So make sure you always pair them like maybe 2 by 2 as I had. So I had my 2 tanks that go in front, 1 ranged hero at the back, and then another, like, you know, the healer to one side, and then the other ranged hero on the other side. And that way it's gonna work good. I did notice that, for example, if you have 3 ranged heroes and a healer and only 1 tank at the front, that's going to be a bad idea, because what he's going to do, he's always going to target the more people that are grouped together, and that's going to be a squishy DPS at the back. So my advice for this fight with the Errich challenge is going to be to have 2 melee units that can take the hit, you know, 1 tank and maybe some other support, or even, you know what, maybe even 2 tanks if you have them available. And the same thing with his ultimate. When he does that, he's always going to target in the area where there's more people grouped up. So that's the way that this one worked. Now, let me just quickly show you a little bit through my build so you have an idea of what I had on my people that I used here. So the first thing I had on my Velios, I move myself all the way here. I'm going to show you, I guess, should I just show you the summed views? Okay, let me just show you the summed views so you can have a rough idea. But I had the Harpy Nail, which is going to boost his passive damage, because his passive basically can keep proccing damage to hit the enemies for every basic attack that the people do. Then I have him in a 3-piece Platinum Knight quality, because you know what, every time he does his ultimate, he gains damage boost, and that damage boost counts towards his passive. And I also have my team timed in a way where everything falls in properly. What I mean by that is, I mean the fact that Ivelios is going to go first, so he can proc this one, and like I said, boost his passive damage as well. Okay, so this one goes to what, 85 when it's booked, but it also gains 30% extra damage. Then secondly, or like, you know, close together, it's Shelter that kind of does the same thing. He puts the Blessing of Thunder, which gives, you know, every basic attack can do derivative damage. And that's only when last my Nimbus comes in, where he's gonna do a ton of attacks. He just keeps hitting with this one like a maniac. And when that happens, you're gonna get lots of procs from Shelter's ultimate and from Ivelios' passive. And that's what you're gonna want to have if you're gonna build it like this. At least that's what I found working best. It's, for me, it worked better. Maybe it was the stats or not, but it worked better than the Heart of the Gambler, okay? Even though this one seems like it might work better, this one works good for Nimbus, but not for the other 2 people that need to be enabled. So let me just show you the pieces of gear a little bit. You can pause to the video if you want to see exactly what pieces of gear I have on my person, so that you can have an idea of what I built. They're obviously not going to be perfect, because I'm still grinding. I'm still, you know, pushing to try and get better and better stuff. But this is what I got to at this point. Then I have Shelter, which has the Violink, which this one seems to be amazing and arguably the best one for him, at least from the epics or under, because he's not going to crit and he does all of his damage is derivative damage. So if you can boost that more, that's gonna help. Some people might say that you need to use this one on Ivelios, and I might agree, but the problem is that if I use this one on Ivelios, because I'm using Shelter as well, there's not another one that is gonna be better for Shelter as well. So I found that using this on the Violink on Shelter and then using the Harpy's Nail on Ivelios works best, because they're both going to get some benefit. Otherwise, only one gets benefit, but I'm losing damage from the other. I hope it makes sense. So again, same thing. Shelter is in the Platinum Knight quality for the same ultimate, you know, what's it called? Damage boost, because he's going to do it pretty often. Again, these are the pieces that I have on him. Same principle, trying to get as much enlightenment, as much attack percent as I can. Obviously, again, enlightenment chest, enlightenment over here, and then attack over here. Make sure to keep in mind the skill haste and the team order. Like I said, if you're gonna have the same people or something similar, have your people that have the damage passives go first, and then whoever's gonna come to do crazy attacks to enable them go after, so that they can take advantage of that 30% damage boost, okay? Now, next one, Nimbus, he uses the goblet because, again, attack and attack speed, he's all about attack speed. Also, he gains some more crit rate, so I kind of built him with damage. He's in the heart of the gambler because he's going to be doing a ton of damage with his ultimate especially, plus he always keeps giving himself attack speed up, so this one's pretty good on him because he can keep rocking this apart from, you know, enabling the other two. Then this is the helmet, this is the weapon, crit damage glove. It's not, you know, it's not the highest crit rate, but with the artifact it can get to 100%. So crit damage gloves, attack percent chest, crit damage with attack and crit rate on the positive rune, and then this one I don't have a better one. It's just like, you know, an attack with more attack speed. You'd prefer this one to have attack with like crit rate and crit damage if you can, but obviously it's not quite easy. It's not quite there yet. I'll get more later. Then Frurbath, I did have Frurbath with Witch's Remains, which is, this one can be maybe the Crown of the Unclean, but you know, the damage might not be the same, and it's gonna be a little bit RNG. And also, my Frurbath goes before the other ones go, so that he can land the defense penalty before all the crazy damage comes in there. It's not 100%, it's 60%, but you know, just RNG it a few times and this is gonna help. Then when it comes to the other stuff, I do have my Frurbath in Brotherhood Spirit because of this one. After the wearer unleashes their ultimate skill, all allies obtain 15% increased attack. And because of this reason, you want, again, Frurbath to go before everybody else. Not only for his decreased attack, but also for the boost that he gets from this set. So, yeah, the weapon from him, the helmet, defense percent chest. You want as much defense percent on Frurbath as possible because he's gonna heal with his battle skill, and it scales off of his defense. And then same thing, defense percent on the glove, defense on the positive rune, and accuracy on the legendary rune. I could have gone with the higher one, but I wanted the timing to be right. I didn't want to have too much skill haste on him, so he falls out of sync. That's why I kept it like this, okay? So everything that you see with the skill haste and the timings is for a reason, you know? Because you kind of, it's all about team synergy in this game. So that's what you're seeing over here from me. It's the team synergy between everybody else. And then the last one, which was my level 90 Quarian. He was just in there to do some healings, okay? He did have this banner, which I heard from people saying that this one actually is broken, and it actually gives defense to everybody around them, not just to themselves. I'm not sure if it's still bugged or not, but I just used this on him. It's only level 12, nothing too crazy. And then honestly, I didn't even go to rebuild him. I just had this set on him for maybe some chance to do more damage, but maybe the best one for him would be to try and get a Wrath of the Trolls 2-piece and then a Spirit, Brotherhood Spirit 2-piece, so he has as much skill haste as possible and comes back to his healings as often as possible. That might be best, but like I said, for me this week, because I knew I could not hit over 11 million by a lot, I didn't really care. I just did my 11 million and it is what it is. Yeah, even this, look, attack percent, I could have gone something else. He's more tanky. HP on this one with crit damage, oh my god, what's with this build? Do you even play, bro? Do you even play? And then again, look at this. I think I tried to build my Quarian to do damage, I don't know why. But anyway, that was my build, that was the team. Now let's see, if I go over here and try and fight again, let's see, does it let me? The current ball has been challenged, damage dealt cannot be saved in another attempt. Start battle anyway. No. So even if it lets you do this, just do not do it because it cannot give you more damage. But maybe I'm guessing this one allows us to test more fights. I don't know. Maybe it allows us to test more fights. So the current boss has been challenged. Damage dealt cannot be saved in another attempt. Start the battle anyway. So I guess, yeah, if you want to go and just test some other people, you can do that. But honestly, how many other lightning people are you going to have? I don't think too many because you're going to want to have some other stuff in the other teams. But anyway, this is going to be it for the video today, guys. I think the next one that I'm going to be going to fight is going to be the fire one. I'm not sure which one is the one where you fight with fire, or it might be the rally one, because obviously I'm trying to use the people that I have mostly built. So keep an eye out on my channel, even though it's going to reset today for me, the first attempt. I'm going to be recording today. I might just be posting it for the next day to, again, try and kind of give you an idea, give you some tips, tricks, you know, whatever I learned, I want to share with you guys to try and make this as easy as possible, but it's not going to be easy, and I'm not going to lie, I don't want it to be easy. It's supposed to be difficult, you know, I want to have a challenge in the game. I don't want everything to just be easy, because then I'm going to get bored and I'm going to stop playing it, and that's not what I want to do. I love this game, I want to keep playing it as much as possible. So I guess I'm just going to have to look. I think this is I think the Oster one is the one where you fight with fire, because obviously fire against cold makes sense. So I think this might be the next one that I'm gonna keep testing, try and do some fights, and then see what I can come up to up with. But I'm not expecting to see 11 million on this one again, because I do not have Flora. Okay, so it's fire damage. So let me just show you, like, as an example before I end this. The team that I'm thinking for this one would be something like Errich. Then I'm gonna have where is she? I'm gonna have Isolde. I'm gonna build her up, because Isolde is gonna bring me some shielding and some attack penalty, but the shielding is not going to help too many people, just the two at the front and one at the back. But by the time that, you know, the damage is so much that people at the front die, people at the back will be one shot, and it doesn't really matter. Or actually, let me see, I would have to look at his skill. Let's see, so he has a good range. So yeah, I will have to test. Anyway, let's not talk about tactics. I'm just going to do that once I get there. So this is going to be my core team, like, you know, my two wild ones. Then I think Foley is also ranged, and I heard some good stuff about her. So it's going to be a good part. So I have the two wilds. Then what I need the last one is, I'm going to need a support. So if I just go on over here and look at fire, what support can I find that's going to do some healing? Nobody. I cannot see anybody yet. So I might just have to go with somebody from what's the pairing this season. Well, that's going to be Poison. Wait, no, that was last season. Is it Poison? It's Poison. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. So I would have to go with a Poison healer. And what better healer than Hexandra or Zephyrus? I think I might go with Zephyrus, because she can also bring me a revive, which might come in clutch, but it also brings increased defense. So bringing defense up for the whole board could help me. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna come back, like I said, tomorrow possibly with this one, and show you a video and show you a guide, and hopefully it helps. But anyway, up until then, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.